query is the most important for main examination purpose. Now let us go to discuss about the Keynesian theory of employment. Under this theory we find the mainly three types of postulates. Firstly, the employment level depends on the output level and level of income. That is to say, the employment level goes on rising on account of increase in output level and vice versa. Secondly, the motivation for industrial activity, which is the existence of the possible demand. The possible demand is the function of planned spending. This planned spending is made by the households, the government, and firms. Thus, we can say that the industrial development depends on the size of planned spending. If the planned spending is going on rising, then industrial development would also go on rising and vice versa, which leads to upgradation and enhancement in employment opportunities. Thirdly, since the employment level depends on the output level and planned spending, we can say that the employment level may be easily decided and determined on the basis of planned spending. Now, we are going to discuss about this theory with the help of graphical presentation. We have drawn mainly two axes in this figure, X and Y, showing the income on the X-axis and expenditures on Y-axis. Initially, we have to draw the consumption expenditure line, which has been shown as AC. Now, you would have considered about it that OA should be considered as the minimum consumption. When we go to add the investment expenditure in it in the consumption, then this line will surely shift to higher level, shown as C plus I. Now, we are going to raise the question, which type of investment is added in the consumption expenditure? Do you know? We have earlier taught you all. Yes, autonomous investment is added in the consumption expenditure. Therefore, this consumption line has been shifted to the higher level, shown as C plus I. This autonomous investment is equal to A1. When we go to add the government expenditure also in C plus I, then the C plus I line will again set to higher level, shown as C plus I plus C. This line may also be termed as the aggregate expenditure line, because here aggregate expenditure has been divided into three parts: consumption, investment, and government expenditure. Now, this line is A to C plus I plus C. In order to decide the equilibrium level of national income, we have to take the help of 45-degree line. This line is going to determine the equilibrium level of national income. Now, we have decided the original equilibrium point where, what is the condition for getting equality between the aggregate expenditure and level of income? Here, this condition has been justified. The aggregate expenditure means C plus I plus D is equal to Y, level of income. Therefore, we can say this point E should be considered as equilibrium point. What is the original level of national income? What is the original or initial equilibrium level of national income at this equilibrium point? That is Y. In other words, you can say that Y. Now, before the expansion in the graphical derivation and description, I want to suggest you all. Basically, the consumption expenditures and investment remain almost stable in the economy, because consumption depends on the income of the people. During the certain time period or short period, their incomes remain unchanged, almost unchanged, stable. Therefore, their consumption level also go to stable. Secondly, investment. The investment level also depends on these so many factors, namely MEC, rate of interest, and expected demand. Therefore, the investment also remains almost stable during the short term. Therefore, we can say that there is the very difficult to increase the consumption and investment during the short term. They remain stable during the short term. So, the first two factors may not be upgraded. To upgrade the aggregate spending or planned spending in order to boost up the economy, how would you enhance the employment opportunities? This is the important question. There is only one option left, that is the government expenditure, with the help of which the employment opportunities may be boosted up. Because at this equilibrium level, there is not certainty that full employment has taken place. We assume here at the equilibrium point E, the employment level is less than full employment. Therefore, the employment opportunities may be upgraded by following the important method. I have told the method. What is the option to upgrade the employment opportunities? I have told by increasing government expenditure, because the first two factors, they are remaining stable during the short term. The government expenditure may be easily upgraded because the governments have so many sources to upgrade it. Now, we are assuming that the full employment level is taking place at the equilibrium point even. Here, aggregate expenditure has been termed as C plus I plus G1. Here, planned spending has gone up along with C plus I plus G1. This G1 is indicative as the increased, expanded government expenditures. Initially, it was the government expenditure, but now it has been converted into the G1, which is indicative as expanded government expenditure, because the consumption and investment are stable during the short term. The government expenditure has gone up because there was only one option to boost up the aggregate expenditure. Now, at this equilibrium point even, the equilibrium level of national income is Y1. So now we have taken the example of it, that at the equilibrium level of Y1, we get the full employment. Full employment. Before that, at the point E, there was the lower level of employment. It means the full employment was not taking place at the point E. So now, as per this theory, or according to J. M. Keynes, the employment level may be enhanced on account of increase in government expenditure, because there is only one option. By expansion in the government expenditure, the employment level may be easily upgraded, enhanced. This process may continue until the full employment exists in the economy. Now, we have decided here that is how to expand the employment opportunities by the Keynesian theory of employment. There was only one option, that was the government expenditure. By expansion in government expenditure, the employment opportunities may be expanded. That's all. If you have another query, you can raise.